Scribble notes when I wrote these quotes. If I offend, pardon me, there's more of me to grow. Creative in my process, enjoy the show. The will is different when you recognize the different strokes. Different folks, same goals, we all want the most. So when we reach the top, we can enjoy the toast. The type of bread we get is fresh about the bakery. Told them don't play with me, with or without a degree. Don't question my intensity, bravery. Similar to agencies that want to see you fold. So just pray for me. Einstein with my energy.
Let's see if I can really make a structure for one of the songs I already written to. You feel me? Like I said, the beats was already off of YouTube, but I wanted to take that challenge to make everything original, because I did say when I wanted to drop a project, I wanted everything custom made. I didn't want nothing off of YouTube. You see what I'm saying? Because on the business side, you know what's coming back to you. You know, usually a lot of people don't understand when it comes to like doing YouTube beats. If it blows up, you gotta literally repay for everything. So to repay for the whole full stems and everything. So I didn't want to go through that process. So I think really just not being afraid to try it out. That's how I really found my sound, man. You know, a lot of people, they get discouraged when something ain't sounding good, or, you know, you got to really go through that process in order to really figure it out. So it's just interesting, man. Like I look back to where I sounded now, what I sound like now to what I sounded from back then, I can really hear the improvement. So you like I said, you just gotta go through that process, man, and you'll find yourself eventually. So
it's like honing your craft, right? Like so many people think that it's gonna happen overnight or it's gonna be easy. I think that's one of the things that I've learned as a creator myself. Like it's not easy in the beginning at all.
Nah, it's not. It's not.
It can look easy, right? Like from the outside looking in, it's like, you just do this and do that. You know, people freestyle and fool around. And then they every freestyle person thinks they're a rapper now.
Right.
Then you're over here making a full project. You're like, yo,
different
world.
And it's crazy because a lot of people, like, I know when I didn't know if it was gonna come out. I'm gonna be honest, because I mean, like I said, many times it crashed. I kind of got discouraged, but you know, I was like, nah, maybe the third time is the charm. So, you know, I had hit up Trey, my boy Dante, my boy VI, my boy H-Bomb, my guy Sinis, JC, who was also on the album. My sister Latrice was also doing some vocals and stuff like that. I had everybody up and I was just like, listen, like, we got to do this one more time, because if the thing crashed, I really want to get this project out. I've been so patient with it, trying to make sure everything gets done right. But, you know, it was so frustrating. Sometimes you got to go through that to really understand, like, if you're really built for this, because there's going to be so many obstacles in your way when you're doing something, you know, and when you're really trying to make a name for yourself, man, you're going to have a unique story that a lot of people could relate to, but a lot of people don't go through. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, my biggest thing is just always staying persistent with it. And that's how you really will get to where you want to be, man. And that creativity, man, just let the creativity lead, man. Because there's been times when I try to force the sound and I'll be like, nah, this just ain't it, bro. Like, I can't present this to nobody. Like, I got to make sure this joint sound right. So sometimes it'll take days, maybe weeks to a month to make sure that a beat sound good or a whole song sound good. So, you know, don't be afraid to take your time with the process. You know, that's something I also learned doing this. So, you know, and I know you could definitely relate with that, because, you know, even with the background, you see what I'm saying? Like, I know that didn't come overnight. You see what I'm saying? Like, that took time. Like, oh man, I got to figure out how to really get people attention, you know, and I understand exactly where you was at, bro. And I know you understand the same thing with my situation. So that's the beauty of it, for real.
It's crazy because there's so many elements that go into creating.
Right.
For anyone that's listening, right? Like, there's so many elements to the creative process that you have to, all these boxes you have to check.
Right.
And if you try to skip any of them, it ain't gonna sound right. The end product is just, it's just not gonna sound right. It's not gonna look right. It's not gonna be received well. And then you're gonna wonder why. So part of that is, like, you have to be very diligent in the process. You have to take your time. You have to accept that, like how you just said, it could take days, it could take weeks, it could take a month before you have the beat and the sound that you want that really aligns with all the things you're looking for. And someone might hear the 3-minute or 4-minute song and be like, that's all right. And you're like, but it took so much energy.
It took so much energy.
It's the same thing that happens to, I feel like creatives all over have the same issue where you put all that investment in, and sometimes it gets glossed over, but then you don't realize that it's all about touching 1 or 2, 3 people. And some people are really going to resonate with it. And when they do, they ain't nothing like
crazy. it's crazy because like even with songs that I put out from back then to now, like I hear, dang, I could have fixed that. Why the heck I didn't listen to that and then try to really tweak it before I put it out? But at that time, it sounded good. But the better that you get with stuff, you're really going to hear those improvements that could have been made with the older stuff. So, you know, you just take it and learn with it, man, and really just be like, all right, next time I know what I got to do, you know, because everything with creativity is a learning process at the end of the day. And like with the songs that took months, not everybody's going to like it. You know, like one of the songs on my project, I can't remember which one it was. It probably was, I'll say Trials and Tribulations was one of those records. I really had to figure it out because it was just such a different tone to the beat. And it really brought me back to a time when I was really going through something with my Trials and Tribulations.